We've forensically cross-matched them to the industry's official record of thoroughbreds, the Australian Stud Book, to reveal around 300 racehorses, representing almost $5 million in prize money, have been detected at Merrimist Abattoir in just 22 days alone.
Equates to about 4,000 racehorses killed in this one abattoir alone.
The images you're about to see are confronting. Covert cameras record horses being beaten and abused from the moment they arrive at Merrimist.
To see thoroughbreds to get shoved through there and to get hit with pipe and to get electrocuted, it was just not something that should ever be done.
I was shocked. A lot of that vision I couldn't watch myself. It was sickening. There was a horse brought up in that story that had been from my stable, but it was 2 years afterwards. It had raced in another trainer's care for 2 years, and I understand that he then found a suitable home, but it found its place at an abattoir, which I'm shocked about. We need to step up procedures. The industry needs to be responsible, and it needs to be backed by the federal and state governments.
We don't have any control over the breeding population or the breeding practices of people in the industry.
It was horrifying to watch. As a small-time owner, it made me feel ashamed. And not to have known is not good enough.
At that point, we can no longer track them. We can no longer have stewards go onto properties to check whether they're being treated properly. They become, like any other property asset, the responsibility of who's bought them and who they on-sell them to.
Today, 7:30 tried to secure an interview with a leader from the racing industry or government to explain what changes might be made. These are the people that we've approached. None of them were available. There are, of course, still questions we'd like to put about whether there's enough coordination across states and who's in charge of ensuring standards improve across the board. One person who was prepared to share his thoughts with 7:30 was Melbourne businessman Lloyd Williams. He's one of Australia's best known and most successful thoroughbred owners. He holds the record for the most Melbourne Cup wins 6 times, including most recently in 2017 with Rekindling. Lloyd Williams was unavailable to appear on camera, but he told 7:30 via text about his reaction to the program. There are not adequate words for how disgraceful the scenes were. I have had racehorses for almost 60 years, so you can imagine how appalling the scenes were to me. I think anyone who was an animal lover was heartbroken. Mr Williams went further to suggest the industry now needs to realise whips need to be withdrawn very soon. They should be a world leader and be the first to do it. Another horse lover who saw 7:30's story last week and was appalled was Ian Smith. He's the owner and manager of the Edinburgh Park Stud farm near Taree in New South Wales. He joined me from there a short time ago. Ian Smith, what was your reaction when you saw 7:30's story?
Look, like most people, I was, horrified. Those sort of scenes no one needs to see, and hopefully shouldn't ever again.
And what are you planning to do in response as an individual?
Oh, look, I've been proactive. We've been doing this for 30 years. We've decided to do a buyback in terms of if a horse goes through a public auction, magic means, Inglis, online, or there's someone that privately, is having hardship and can't look after one of our horses that carries our brand, then we'll provide $1,000, which is a higher bid than, say, an abattoir or a knackery, and we are in process of setting up a situation where we will look after them and provide them with, a home that they deserve, because we want to look after the horses that we put here.
Would you anticipate that you would get many horses back?
Look, we're a strong view, and we've been here for 30 years, to suggest that most of our horses are well looked after. There's been cases where we have seen that some of our older horses were going the wrong way, and we've actually cancelled the sale and brought them home. So we've been doing that for years now. So, there may be a small number. Our staff are excited the fact that, they'll have some of those horses back that they've been handling for years.
Is it possible that the drought is affecting some people's ability to keep horses and that's why they're then passing them on to knackeries and abattoirs?
Look, there is hardship out there. It is the worst drought that we've seen in Australia. You know, we're on the coast, but you know, we had 30 mils of rain, you know, a week ago, so it looks really green behind me, no doubt. But you know, the people out over the range, and they're some of my great friends, they are struggling, and you know, more needs to be done there. And no doubt that, you know, if people are in hardship, unfortunately, you know, sometimes the animals do suffer, and it shouldn't, but, you know, there should be things in place anyway that prevents, you know, thoroughbreds and standardbreds, you know, and us seeing those pictures ever again.
The leaders of the industry are talking about what they might do next. What do you think could be done industry-wide to help address the problem?
Industry-wise, look, I can't talk for themselves, or talk for them, sorry. But, you know, if they can't put, you know, employees employed by, you know, Racing Australia, Racing New South Wales, Racing Queensland, Racing Victoria, if they can't put employees at these facilities to make sure that those horses, you know, don't even turn up. If you turn the tap off, the water can't flow, you know, and by Edinburgh Park doing what we're doing, you know, we're helping in our little way. You know, we're only a small part breeder, you know, sure, we're successful, but you know, it's not going to be an easy fix, but you know, let's stop what they're trying to stop thoroughbreds and standardbreds going to these facilities. Well, you know, let's put employees there to stop it from happening. You know, is that possible? Someone tell us.
Ian Smith, thank you very much for making time to speak to us tonight.
Thanks. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.